don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you.
Hello there everyone, this is Tom, and today we will be building the Aria high loft bed with a stairway. This is number 4950 in their series. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead right now, and if you're wanting to just get right to the installation, I'll go ahead and put the timestamp, I don't know, like right here or something. If you're still with me and haven't jumped ahead, then I'm going to go ahead and we will start taking a look at some of these pieces. So we start, I'm zoomed out as far as I can, let me just back out here. We start with this big piece right here, right? This is the piece that we're going to be putting all of the stairs on for the staircase. If you notice, it came shipped with a large crack. It runs down to about right here. It's rather significant. It's about 2.5 feet long. So it's something that I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna throw some glue in there, see if I can make it work. It was, this was expensive. This bed came from Amazon. We bought it from Amazon directly from the factory through them. And I tell you what, I'm gonna pause right here real quick and just throw up the listing for it on Amazon that we paid and all that. Okay, so you see this was not cheap. This was a relatively expensive piece, and for it to have this type of crack, I find very dissatisfying. Coming along, we get additional pieces. We get 3 of those, 1 of those, a crap ton of those, and those. This is, you can't see. Those, and those, and those, and those. These are the shelves, I'm sorry, the storage that goes underneath the the stairwell. Probably, realistically, I'm probably going to do those first, just to kind of get that section out of the way, because the bed is going to go like right through here. Okay. Here are the stands for the bed, and this is a raised bed. So those are the posts that's going to go on. Those are the posts. Those are the rails for the bed, right? The places the rails will go onto. I'm not sure exactly what that unpainted piece is. I'm guessing that the rest of those do something, I don't know. Highly specific here, isn't it? We'll find out as we go through it. Here we have pieces of the steps right through here. If I'm remembering right, that is the piece for the bottom step right there. The actual steps themselves. More of the steps coming around. Here we have one of the rails for it, and here is the larger rail for it, along with 4 pieces. Here are the pieces that will go underneath that the bed will set on, and I'm not entirely sure what that piece right here is specifically, but we will find out. Now, additionally, we get all of these, which are various different bolts, little peanuts that you put in, and stuff you would expect on like a piece of IKEA furniture. I will be using various different screwdrivers. That is the Allen wrench that I need right there, and I may use my power drill, I don't know. Additionally, wood glue will be used in this, and I will also use my rubber mallet to help get everything together. That's kind of the project here. So what I will end up doing is I will probably just kind of set my camera somewhere and lower it to the ground so that you all can see what I'm doing. and I'll probably build this. If you're curious about the room, it's a small bedroom, but it does have a vaulted ceiling that I have made for it. She's even got a cubby right here. My daughter. She's been pretty sick, so we're trying to just make her as happy as we can. Oh, I don't think I pointed out there are those little small unpainted pieces there too. I have no idea what those are for yet, but I'm sure everything's in the directions. Additionally, the reason I'm making this video, I've been told that the directions are very difficult, and it's difficult to follow. It seems pretty simple to me, but I've done several pieces like this, nothing ever to this scale, but I have done several put together pieces, so we'll see how this works out. If it doesn't work right, I will go ahead and I leave my mistakes in my videos. Anybody that's ever watched one of my videos knows that. But I leave my mistakes in, so hopefully you can see what I've done and not make the same mistake. Having said that, why don't we go ahead and just jump right on into assembly. So Wade is going to put together one of the drawers for us so that we can see how it's done properly. So go ahead, Wade, and show us what you're doing here.
Got a flathead screwdriver.
She has a flathead screwdriver. She's installing the first of the pegs. Why don't you throw us one of those pegs when you get a chance?
Sorry.
Well, I guess throwing probably wasn't the best way to do it. We're using these to go in at the moment. These things. So they're going in just like this. She's putting a dollop of wood glue in the hole to ensure the fact that it is a solid and permanent installation.
Oh.
Are you excited for this bed, Wade?
Absolutely. I've been waiting for this thing for years. Oh, gosh, darn.
Having some trouble there, kiddo?
I got it. It wouldn't be a father-daughter project if you didn't have to put elbow grease in it.
If you got grease on your elbows, we got issues.
Not actual grease, Papa. Excuse me. Okay.
So how much glue are you using?
Just a little tiny bit.
Just a little dollop?
Yeah.
Enough to put it in place, right?
Yep. Like, as soon as I see wood glue come out, I'm gonna stop.
Careful. Yeah. You know, this is a wonderful time probably to tell all the people. I have never, ever, since I've been an adult, done a project where I didn't bleed. So you're continuing the tradition, Wade.
I haven't bled yet though.
Yeah, you're not done yet.
That's true. Pretty sure I'm like gonna pinch myself in some way.
Sounds like your dog's outside playing around.
That's what he's good for. Okay.
Alright, so now you've done that. What comes next? We take that piece there. You need the pieces that go in it, won't you?
Yes.
You want to carefully toss me one? Oh, you're not going to toss me. I see how you are. Alright, so for this, we're going to be putting in
the thing he keeps dropping.
these things. And she's going to add just another dollop of wood glue just to help maintain the stability of the drawer itself.
You have to put it in a certain way or else it's not going to work.
That's right.
Thank you.
No, that was the best one.
So there's like this little, here, take it back.
No.
Explain it.
Explain it.
Alright, so there's like this little arrow. You can't really see it very well. There's a little arrow right here. And you have to put it facing down because there's an opening right here.
Okay.
So make sure you place it in carefully. Push it down a little. Do the other side. And then there are two little holes right here that you're going to stick in here. But you want to make sure that there's like this little divot right here. It lines up with this.
That's where the bottom's going to go.
So we're going to line it up with this one right here. So we're just going to put it in.
She says.
And then we're going to tighten it.
Which screwdriver are you using for that?
Again,
The flat?
head. Yeah. You're going to push in.
You know, I was raised, we called those 2-ways.
2 ways. Yeah?
And we called the Phillips head a 4-way.
So you're just going to push in a little and tighten it. And we're going to do the
Wash, rinse, repeat.
rock, wash, rinse, repeat with this other side.
No, my glue.
It's better. Okay, here we go.
So is there a trick to putting the glue in?
At an angle. Hold it at an angle.
Why aren't we just putting as much glue as the hole will take?
Because if we do that, then the glue might overfill, overflow, and we don't want that, making a larger mess for you to clean up.
Me clean up? I like how you say that.
So again, we're just putting the little arrow down. Don't know if you guys can see that. We're gonna line it up with a little slot. And then you're gonna put it in.
Yay!
Push in and twist.
How tight are you making those?
Kind of tight, but not really too tight. Just tight enough that it stops the screwdriver once.
Okay.
So
What comes next?
then we're gonna take this piece right here. We're gonna, ow, that hurt.
I didn't feel a thing.
Just move this out of the way for a second. We're gonna line it up with these lines right there. And we're gonna put the 40 on the inside because no one wants to see that.
Well, I wanted to see it.
And you're seeing it now. And
Make sure it goes in the groove. Okay. Now what happens?
so then you have one more piece. It's this piece right here. You're gonna make sure the groove fits on this. So you're just gonna make sure it lines up and fits properly. It fits.
So we don't use any wood glue on this piece?
No, we do. We do. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna put wood glue.
Actually, there's an easier way to do it.
Yeah, how?
Put it on the ends of the board there.
Like over here?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
The first one we did, we actually put the wood glue on the inside.
And that kind of spilled a little.
Well, it's still probably going to spill, but
That's true.
we can do better just by maybe putting a little bit on the edge of the thing itself, of the board itself. And we're not putting much, are we?
No.
Just enough so that we know we got some on there.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to do the other side too. How you going to do that?
Very carefully. You can see me, right?
I don't know. Can they?
I don't know. No, I made a mess.
How dare you?
So we're gonna line it up with the grooves.
Put in one end and then move into the other. There you go.
Like so.
Now what you do?
Okay.
Actually, you could probably lay it flat.
Okay. Probably not. Okay.
That went a little easier, didn't it?
Yeah. So then we're gonna take our 8mm screws. We need 4 of them. And then on the sides of these are little holes, and we're gonna screw into them.
Now, one thing that I noticed was that there were no corresponding screw holes in that board that you just worked on right there. So we're actually making the screw go into the wood without a hole in it. So
Which can be kind of tricky.
it can be. Go ahead. So your drill is over there.
Not so far away.
Well, you'll need it.
I'm just gonna. Not going anywhere.
Remember, be gentle and slow with it. So the paper says, the instructions say that they really don't recommend using power tools on this. What I have discovered is that if you use power tools slowly and gently, then there's not a problem doing what she's doing right here. But, well, I say that as she just barrels jack through it. Oh. Okay. Now you got 2 more put in, right?
Yes, sir.
Don't do that yet.
It's not going in.
Then use your mallet. Push it in place and gently tap it. No, push your bottom is apparently off. That's not, no, the bottom part. This part is probably out of line. So look at it from the other side, or however you got to look at it, line it up and put it in place. Probably should have done that before you put your screws in.
I mean, it looks flat. Maybe it'll change. If it doesn't,
It's not going to change.
that's fine.
No, it's not fine. Hold on. So a little elbow grease and we got it in place. The problem is that she should have had it in place before she put the 2 screws in. Her drawer is going to be slightly off at the back end, but I don't think anybody will really notice except for,
Me.
you know, Wade and I, and the thousands upon thousands of people that watch this video. That is the look of a person that knows, oh crap.
Okay.
You got it?
I got it.
That drawer's done, right?
Yes, sir.
So we have 4 drawers in total that we have to do.
2 more to go.
All right, we'll take those off camera. So we're getting ready to do the very first stage of this build. And page 1, step 1, shows us laying out all these various different pieces here that you can see. And basically all we're going to do is we're going to put a dowel rod, one of the little small ones like Wade has there, they're about 1 inch. We're going to put them in the holes that it designates. And to ensure the fact that they don't go anywhere, Wade is going to put a little dollop of glue in each one. And we have our rubber mallet right there in the event that, you know, they choose to be persnickety or something. So Wade's going to demonstrate exactly how we do this. She's just dropping a little dollop of glue in there off camera. And then she literally just pushes the piece in about halfway, which should be a ½ inch, no more. I have worked on builds where the holes were drilled a little bit too deep and they did not, I didn't know what I was doing, and I pushed the little dowel rod in too far and it was a mess. My goal for today is to not have to pull using a pair of pliers to get these things back out. So that's the goal. And she's just going to go ahead and she's going to put dowel rods in all of these on both sides, and then we'll come right back. Alright, so here's what those look like all in place. And they're just the same uniformly. And we're going to move on to stage 2. So the next thing we're doing, stage 2, what are our board numbers, Wade?
16, 15, and 14.
Okay, So we have 4 16s, 2
15s,
15s, and 2
14s.
14s. And so we're doing the same thing we did in stage 1. She is going to add a dollop of glue and add one of the dowel rods. And we're going to do that on both sides. And we'll show you the final result here. This is not really something that we have to go into great detail for. I mean, she's just adding a drop of glue and dropping it in there. So we'll come back here in a minute. So we've got all the dowel rods in. As you can see, they're just kind of sitting there. They're on both sides. That actually concludes stage 2. For stage 3, we're going to start putting some of this together. And we're going to need C bolts. And looks like we're going to need part 12, part 11, part 1, part 3. So we'll get that set up. We'll show you what that looks like.
Okay, so we need 12, 2 11s, this is 3, and over there is number 1. You need this for stage 3.
What are the screws?
The screws, these are C. You need 4 of them on each side.
Those are the big long ones that do not have the crazy little thing at the end of it. They're sharp at the point, right?
Indeed.
Okay, so what we're going to do, because of the way that this is made, you can see there are holes that are going to line up with the dowel rods, right? And the holes that don't line up with the dowel rods are going to have the screws in them. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to put dollops of glue along the whole side, and then we're going to fit it together, and then we're going to screw it in. And we're just going to go ahead and do that off camera. We might show you screwing in a couple, but this is what we're doing. So something we discovered, the kit did indeed come with a little Allen wrench that you can use here. I've also discovered that the power driver will do just fine so long as Wade is gentle with it. Tighten up your other one. Alright, and so this side is now secure. So we are going to move on to this side here. So we've got it all assembled here, and that's what it looks like. So we just put the screws in. There you can kind of see them. The next thing we're going to do is stage 4, which we're going to take parts 17, 11, and 4. We're going to basically assemble another one of these here. And then we're going to take that bit right there and those bits, the little smaller bits, we're going to connect them together. So we'll go ahead and lay all that out and get it started. So right now Wade is putting in the screws very gently for the pieces that we just outlined just a moment ago. And you can see how it's coming together. It's just making another frame, just like that one behind her there, just a little bit different. Now, since she's got those in place, we're going to set that one up and we're going to move and get those pieces right there together and assemble them. So the last thing we do for stage 4 is we're making the part of the rail that will fit on. It's adjustable. So right now Wade is putting the glue in and putting it in place. Using the rubber mallet just to make sure it's where it needs to be. I would go ahead and finish that side, put your screws in it. She's using 2 C screws per side. Gator, I would do the bottom one first.
Yeah, I knew that.
Because it adjusts, it shifts. If you do the bottom one, it'll be more stable when you put in that one there, and you're assured of the fact of where it's supposed to go. Good. Alright, so she's going to do the same thing on this side. and we'll come back. So for this section, what we have to do is we have to start assembling the bed for him. So we're going to take this board right here, which is not painted, and it's going to go right here in the middle. This is going to be the middle support brace. We're going to use these little screws right here to go on both sides. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. We'll need the, you got the, what do you do? Okay. Let's go ahead and get your screw started. Here, put in another one too. That's fairly stable. Back up. Yeah, now come over here. Alright. Now, hold on to this. Don't let it fall. I gotta adjust the camera. Alright. Do the same thing over here. I got your screws right here in my hand. That's a problem.
What's problem?
This needs to be upside down.
Oh.
Or do we have it the right way?
Maybe. No, we got it upside down.
Alright, go ahead. Please be careful. So Wade and I ran into what may be our first issue. The screw holes that you see right there, we had to flip that board because we had them on top on that one, and over here on this other one they were on the bottom. So I'm not sure exactly which way they were supposed to go, and the directions weren't entirely clear. So we have done them on the bottom. Hopefully that will work. If not, I may end up having to put a piece on it, but we're gonna pick up now. See,
yeah, but and then there's two. Hold that.
That's good. Put in the next one. Alright, so now the bed frame is starting to do what it's supposed to do. The next thing we need to do is this board right here.
Those are 14s, right?
According to the directions, that should be 15s. Okay. And we attach those with A screws, as in apple. Which I think these are the larger headed ones.
This has 3 holes in it.
That can't be right. It does. You know what we did?
What do we do?
We have to take this off and flip it around so that the
Right.
holes are on the right side. It's alright, it's not that big of a deal.
Do we have to do it for that side too? Because it.
Yeah. Okay folks, so I see where some of the issue is. If you notice here, there are screw holes right here that we have to attach. So basically we have to take the middle piece off and flip both ends around so that these are on the inside. Alright. So let's go ahead and do that real quick.
Let's do this side real quick.
Yeah.
This is the smallest one. Oopsie.
think I can flip it myself. Go ahead. Get your first one. Just start it, and we'll go from there. That's reverse. All right, you got it started. Get the other one in there. Fold them down. Okay. All right. You hold the pin and I'll flip it. I get why people have so much issue with this. I doubt they've got the patience that I do. However, the video will undoubtedly help them. Okay, now we should be able to install that.
Well, the bed's crooked.
It's okay if it's crooked, it's fine. It'll tighten itself back up. So now we need to do that one.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to put some stuff on it. Hold on. Let's find out for sure which way the thing is supposed to go. It doesn't say. All right, so the question is this. Does it?
I think this.
Here, dry fit it. No, stick it in.
That's what I'm doing. Do my side.
All right. So, there. All right. Hang on to it. This will tell us if we're right or not.
Okay.
Flip it around the other way. See if that does it. That appears to be high. All right, here.
Yeah, because this side has a more deeper. Yeah, because it's a little
All
lower.
right, hang on to it.
So I'm doing.
That's how it goes. Okay, folks. So I leveled it, and the part that has the most, bless you, Wade, the part that has the most sticking up here is the way that it goes if this board is on the bottom. I imagine if you flipped it and it was on top, you'd turn it around. Let's install these. Let's see.
8 screws.
8 screws. 8 screws. Hey, there you go, kiddo. We should probably
Do this at the same time?
put a little bit of glue in it.
You think so?
I do. Well, no, we don't have to. I mean, it'll sit right there.
Smash it in my right.
I swear, this screw is not long enough. This
Mine
screw is not long enough.
Mine is. You sure this is A? This looks like a C.
Honey, it came out of the box that said, a bag that said, I said A, right?
Yeah, you said
Okay, here's an A. Yeah, those are the wrong screws. There's an A, there's an A, there's an A. I don't think they look right.
A. You put the C's in my pocket.
That they're really small.
Thank you. The A's and C's look similar, it's just longer.
That one went all the, oh, no, that's not right either.
What's wrong?
We need these.
Goodness, okay. Put these in my pocket.
So these go in here, and all right. So make sure that it's flat across this way, and you won't have a problem. And if it's not quite square flat across, your screw will help get it in there where it needs to be.
Let's get this worked. Nope, this time?
Alright, hang on. Hang on, let me help.
Yeah.
Well, you got them in backwards.
I do?
Yeah, you take screw out. I don't know if I can get that out or not. Now pop it in. There, see how it leveled itself up?
Yeah,
You got it, you got it.
okay. You might want to explain that.
I'm about to. Okay folks, so we ran into something kind of interesting as Wade's working on this. We're using these here screws, right, which are the A screws. And the A screws have a little notch right here. I don't know how well it's coming off on camera. Hopefully you all can see that right here. When you put it in the board, you need to have this sticking out in case you have to adjust it, okay? You just unscrew this, pop this in the hole, put this in the screw hole, and tighten it down. So we're doing well so far. Tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn off the camera. We're gonna do this rail next, the mate of what we just did. So the next thing we're gonna do, excuse me, I'm sorry for adjusting the camera, is right here and right here, continuing those boards, this one and this one, right? We're gonna bring in the crossbar, and those are 14s. And we're going to secure those into place with, those take A screws as well. So yeah, the crossbars here, the two of them are going in next. All right, so something that we discovered was that the screws here, screw holes, they have to come on the inside. They won't go, it won't work right if it's on the outside. At least ours would not. And we've got those other two on there, and Wade's just now finishing up the last one. So all in all, so far we've run into three correction issues. We had to flip the headboard around because it wasn't clear which way it had to go. Then we had to change this board, flip it over on that side, and then over here the cross supports, we had to do that where the things were on the inside, the screws were on the inside. So yeah, all in all, hopefully that little bit of information there can help you. We're gonna take a little bit of a break. We'll come back in a bit. So something we ran into, we had connected this piece, right? And finishing up, putting in these two down here, right? Well, we have to install these two pieces. So what happened was we had to take out some of the screws we had to take out some of the screws so that we would be able to get the dowel rods in here. So just keep that in mind. Don't tighten these down when you're doing this all the way. Leave enough play so that you can get all of them in here if you do it the same way we just did. All right, Wade, why don't you tell us what we're gonna do next?
Okay, so hold on 1 second.
That's part 18, right?
Yeah, so this is part 18 right here. I'm just gonna stick these thingies.
Honey, they don't go in that, they go in...
The other side. Okay, I knew that. Give me a second. Okay. So, just stick it like this?
No, they go the other way.
Okay, so we're gonna put these little thingies, this little thingy right here, the flat side, and there are 3 holes right here, and we'll put one right up.
It's going in on the inside of it.
Yeah.
At least that's what the instructions show.
Okay. I'm just gonna do that for all 3 of them. So then I'm gonna have the 18 pointing down and I'm gonna put it flush with it. Try to line it up. Stick in the screw.
Now don't tighten it down all the way, just make sure you have it so that the threads catch. And then we'll put it in place.
And then we're gonna take my screwy thingy, the log.
The little tool that it came with.
Technical word, and we're just gonna screw it in.
Remember, not all the way, just enough to get it started. Good.
Okay, we need, make sure you put your finger on the back of it so it catches.
So what this cross brace does is it will prevent the bed from moving at top when you get the mattress in. Do the top one next. And it will prevent, it will make the bed more stable. That's the reason we have this crossbar. We have to do this. This is the back side of the bed that she's working on right now. We also have to do it on the front side. All right, tighten them down. We also have to do it on the front side. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and we will come back and we will do the next step. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on this piece, which it just sets onto here like this. Now right now it's flexible. Depending on how we were going to position the bed, we could put it further down, we could put it over here, but the way that we are setting up the stairs, Wade will be entering right through there. So we're going to secure this, but before we get to the securing part, the next step is going to be to put the slats in. So the slats, we have them right here. They're all joined with fabric and they're just going to lay on. We're going to attach those with screws. So that's what you're going to see us doing next. Lift that, kiddo.
Yes.
Oh, look, I'm going to take this down just for now. No, it's all in one piece. You got to pick it up on one end and hand it here. If you can't do it, I can.
It's just really awkward because they keep sliding it out and everywhere.
Oh, sliding, eh?
Yeah.
That's all right, we'll fix it. Now, according to the directions,
Put the mattress on?
we secure this with the 8mm screws, which are these. Swap out the bit in the thingy there. This is one of those I'm afraid only one person can work on it at once.
I'm smaller and lighter. Do you want me to go up there and do it?
Actually, yeah, that worked just fine. Hang on a second. I wouldn't recommend it. At least not until we get...
First couple secured.
So this is messed up.
They're upside down, aren't they?
It's upside down. Tell you what, go over there and look and make sure your placement is okay at the end for you. You can pull it down, whatever you gotta do. Alright, you good?
Yeah.
That's where you want it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll put this first screw in.
Flip it over already?
Well, I haven't flipped this one because I don't have to flip this one. Okay. I don't think it's safe for you to hop up on it until it's in place. Here, once you put these in at the very end.
Are we gonna flip them?
No. How are we gonna flip it? It's attached. So I want you to just pull it to you. I'll even hold the screw for you. If you let go of it.
I can't see this. You can turn it.
I can't see it either.
Can we turn the camera so you can see this?
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's because it's too close. We need the actual screwdriver. Thank you. That was it. Tell you what, we get this one in, and as long as you try and stay in the middle, you should be okay.
Okay. Screwdriver.
Why don't you let me get this one, dear? Watch your hands. Why don't you let me help you before you just try and squirrel it?
Okay. Are we sure this will support my weight?
If it won't support your weight now, how would you trust it with the...
Bed?
Yeah, sleeping on it. So, put your foot on this one. Don't fall through. Stay in the center. There you go. There you go.
Foot cramp. Okay. I'm in the center.
Now I would do this one.
This one doesn't have a screw.
I'm aware of that. You may not be able to use these. Try and do them at a little bit of an angle if you can. Here. Get that one there started. You got it. You'll need to put that in a little tighter. You can't because of So these ones that you have screws on are stable now. Remember, try and do them at an angle if it's to where you can.
Oh yeah, let me scoot down a little.
Please be careful. You're worth more to me than this bed. By at least $5.
Yo, $5 is a lot.
Well, I mean, in some cultures.
In my culture, it is.
Just take your time.
It's kind of wobbly. That stays. Come on.
What?
Nothing, just look at me. Okay, let's do that one last.
I'm just trying to be helpful.
Thank you, sir.
That would be able to do more than, I guess, one more of these before I just don't have the right angle. We'll have to finish it up. Oh yeah, there's no reason at all.
No, what was that? No, I know what it feels like to be a construction worker.
There you go.
Good goodness.
You can.
Do I have to finish them?
Need 4 more.
I feel slightly more confident now.
Competent.
Confident, synonym. Yes, I'm competent, Papa.
Well, once it's all together, it'll be far more secure than what it is now.
Do you want me to screw those in?
Yes, I do. Is there not one? There is one.
Okay.
Yeah. Start with that one, work your way back.
Okay. Just, give me a second, gotta
1.
turn around. Oh gosh, okay. Ow. Thank you, Angie. I'm fully Angie. Maybe we should put like the mattress underneath.
Come on,
Just in case.
let's talking. Hey. See, girl.
Oh, that would be nothing.
Alright, so just hit all these, make sure they're solid. Work your way back down. before you come down, we're going to secure this into place. Actually, no, we're not. It's going to be the very last thing that we do, just to be safe. Alright. I mean, either you trust it or you don't. If you don't trust it, now it's time to find out. You got it, a little bit more. There you go. Yay!
I pressed it. I didn't die. No, it wouldn't hurt to put screws in the middle, just to be safe.
Well, I was thinking about that too, but it doesn't say to, so it'd be fine. Maybe we want a little bit of movement. Okay, so we've got all of these secured now. Wade squirreled up there, and you know she's a lot lighter than I am, so it was better for her to go up there at the B. So the next thing we're going to do probably is work on the stairs. We're also not going to secure the little slidey section just yet. We're going to wait and probably do that absolutely last, just to be sure of what we're doing. All right, so for step 8, we're getting part 24, 25, and 26. We're going to take dowel rods. These are the R ones. These are the bigger ones. Right, those are the bigger ones right there. And we have 2 ends. The end dowel rods are going to go in that piece that Wade's handling, which is part 31. There's actually 12 of those pieces, but we're only going to do one on camera. So Wade's going to go ahead and she's going to put in the dowel rods. This is pretty basic. We'll watch her put in this first one here. And I mean, again, you can see it just goes on the sides. She's going to put a drop of glue in it, and then we're going to go from there. It goes on both ends, dear.
Okay, I saw that.
The tricky part about this, because we're doing both ends, is making sure that we don't set it down on the ground so that the dowel rod gets pushed in too far. Again, we do it about a 1/2 inch, right? Halfway for these 1 inch ones. So for the bigger ones, we're going to go in 3/4 of an inch, simply because they're 1.5 inches, right? So yeah.
You give me to 24 to 25?
I don't care which one you do.
I'm going to do 25 since it's missing holes. I put all 3 in here?
Well, it takes 3. I would. I mean, you know, if I was doing it, I'd do all 3.
I haven't just seen the instructions, so big prices. I did not know.
You shouldn't have to screw them in. They should just tap in.
No, I know. I just want the glue to go.
Oh. Being thorough, huh?
Yes.
All right, so Wade's going to do that for the other 2 pieces, and we'll come back and do step 9. So Wade right now is working on the part 9, where we take, it's 27, 28, 29, and 30, the flat pieces, and we take part 34, 4 of them, and we just secure them here. Now, part 34 has a place for recessed screws, so be mindful of that. Additionally, Wade is also installing a piece with a bead of glue. If you notice how she's doing it, she's doing one end, then another, and then the one in the center. You do this specifically so that your piece doesn't move on you. And she's not screwing them in all the way until they are secured in their location. So just like putting on a tire, that's what you do. We're gonna go ahead and do the other 2 here. We went ahead and did this one just to make sure it was right. So we're gonna go ahead and do the other 2, and then we'll move on to stage 10. So for stage 10, we take 23. There's 3 of those. That's this one, and this one. And we take part 22, which is the one Wade's working on right now, and we just add the K connectors to it. per usual, Wade is putting just a dollop of glue in there to ensure the fact. We are going to go ahead and get those together. Stage 11 looks like a lot of fun, so we'll figure that out as we go. But we're going to go ahead and finish these off camera. So we're working on this step right here, this box, and we have to do part 29, 30, and 331 pieces. And basically what we do, Wade's already got the glue in the holes there. We have to, there's a tricky part to this. In 31, each one has a what do you call it? One of these right here where it's deeper than this one, a recessed hole. So you want those facing to where you can drill into the new piece. For example, this one would go like this right here in that hole there. So that when we put part like 23, the very bottom piece, the one that actually has the step on it, we can screw into that and recess the screws. Next, Wade is going to put glue in those holes, and then she's going to secure it in place, and as it's secured, she's going to put those big long screws right there, which are E screws. These are the 10mm ones. She has to have 24 of those, so we're going to go ahead and watch her put this on. What's wrong?
You did the wrong one.
So you did one of the holes that gets the screw?
Yeah.
Well, you're dripping, so...
Nope.
I didn't do it. Alright, so her glue is actually dripping down the side. We're going to go ahead and she's going to do that. I'm going to catch the glue real quick. So we've got the screws on the other side. Wade is just now finishing up putting these in. Honestly, we were slightly apprehensive about the screws. It was almost like they looked like they were too big for what we were doing. But actually, upon reflection, I think they're just right. So I was very apprehensive about putting that size screw in there, but again, it seems to work out just fine. So she's going to put the last screw in. Okay, now we need to grab that piece right there. Alright, and hang on while I make sure which way it goes. The flat edge.
The top and the bottom. Because I have it flipped.
Okay, so these two here facing me get the flat edge. No. But they can't flip it 180. There you go. That's how that goes. Okay. So she's going to put that in place. We have to get the little lock screws. We're going to go ahead, put in a dollop of glue here, and we'll lock this side down. Honestly, the way to do this would be to leave this flat and put that on top of it. You know what I'm saying, Wade?
Yeah.
Tilt it over so you can do both sides at once.
I don't know if I can do that because I have to get screwed.
I can.
Yeah.
So Wade's got the screws in. As you can see, she's tightening them down. Now we have to do that again for the next step. It's the exact same process. Which numbers are we using, Wade?
For this one, it's 29, 30,
29, 30,
31,
31,
and 23,
23,
and 22.
and 22. So we're going to go ahead and build that box. It's exactly the same process. This video is going to be long enough as it is. So we'll go ahead and do that off camera and we'll just knock it out now. So folks, we ended up, according to the directions, we had to make 3 of the same boxes. I think they were, what were they, 29s, Wade?
Yeah, 29s.
Or 23s.
23s.
The step section was 23. Regardless, we ended up having to make 3 of those. Yeah, I think they were 29s. The next thing we had to do, we got parts 24, 25, and 26. And what Wade is doing right now is attaching the piece for part 24 to make one of the steps. These are going to be shelves when they all get together. Because you can see here in step 14, we're going to connect them all together. So she's got to put in 4 screws here.
Can you put what glue in this?
I wouldn't.
Okay, that.
Yeah, you've already got it glued with the dowels. This should be fine.
Okay.
So she's already got those, so that's all good. What we're going to do is secure those, and I've already done the middle one, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and do this one here while before we move on to the next one, the next section, which is pull out part number 21, which I'm relatively certain is that part that's broken. So we'll go from there. The next thing we do for step 14 is we take that big long piece and we connect it to the piece we just made with the longest stair with 3 E-screws. So Wade and I are going to get that together. All right. Go ahead and pull out your board, Wade. If I had to guess, I would bet it's upside down. Flip it around. If and you don't care. Yeah, I bet that's right. So this is going to have to be supported while it's put in place. So
Through. Isn't it going over here?
yeah, here. What are you doing?
Where's it gonna go with that?
Turn it around this way, like this. Your screws go in right here. I'll hold it, you screw it. Get your first one started and then we'll run with the rest of them. I can't really see it, so
Push it in. One more.
do your center one. Well done. Alright, stand up and I want you to just kind of hold on to this top board here, okay? Alright, we just don't want it to fall. I'm pretty sure I know what comes next, but we got a lot of parts I don't know what to do with. So, okay, so you saw us put in part 14. Part 15 and 16 are exactly the same things. We're just building the stairs, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. Alright, you'll need 3 extra screws, won't you?
Yeah.
Is it these?
Wait, I have them.
Okay, good. Alright. Hey. Alright, just hang on. That was sweet.
I must be. Maybe I am. I don't know.
Alright, I got it. Put it in place. Keep the train rolling.
Get back, so.
There you go.
Should.
Keep it going. So as Wade is working on the last screws here to secure this portion of it,
Yeah, push it in just a little.
there you go. As Wade is finishing this up, I'm looking at the next step, and it appears that all we do is we take the 28 that we did and we put it on top here, and then the next thing we're going to do is secure these here. So the last thing we do is we take the final step here and we put it in place.
Backwards. It's backwards.
Why'd you make it backwards for?
I don't know. Why did you do that?
Put that in place, line it up properly, and Wade will put it where it belongs. And the final thing, not the final thing, but what comes next is, as you can see, maybe you can't, we have to put in screws in those screw holes right in there. So that'll be the next thing. That's gonna be difficult, it's gonna take a while. So I'm not going to do that on camera. I'm just gonna go ahead and go from there. We'll figure out what we do in step 19 next. Okay folks, so I don't know how well you can see, but on the interior of each of these is just an empty blank spot. Let me see if I can kindly show you there. But we have this piece here, which is number 35. It's going to go in the back, and it's going to be secured in this one and this one with just some brackets, or just some plain old brackets. Wade is over here. Yes, hello Wade. Wade is over here working. I'm going to shake the camera, sorry. She is putting glue in the next stage for what we have to do, which is build the railing. That is stage 20. So she's using part 45. She's putting dowel rods, the ends in each one with a little bit of glue. She's going to get all those done, and then we're going to connect them with 41 and 42 respectively. So yeah, that's what we're doing next.
Okay, so.
Louder.
Okay, so for step 20, I'm gonna finish building them. Well, hold on,
You know, all they can see is the paper.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Look on your
finish
thing.
that.
That's what they see.
Oh, okay. We'll just delete part of that. How do I get it this way?
Ah,
How do I do this?
it was right where it was.
Okay. Well, I can't see it. Okay, for that, I'm gonna finish building step 20 right here. I'm just gonna put 41 and 42 on the 45s. And
You're gonna make this piece, you're gonna make them all look like this.
Yeah, that. And
All right,
I'm
we'll
gonna
get to it.
put a dollop of glue on it as well.
Oh.
So
What are you waiting on? Christmas? It's not for another couple months. Hurry up.
it's next month.
Hurry up. Time's wasting. Hey, you better make sure you put them in the right way. There's probably a correct way and a wrong way. You don't want to do it wrong.
Unless you want to do it wrong.
Well, I mean, this is your bed. If you want to make it wrong, go ahead.
I want to do it wrong. I gotta sleep in this thing.
Yeah, that's going to be funny. I'm going to laugh if you fall off.
I'm not.
I'll cry if your dog falls off. But I'll laugh with you.
What?
I won't laugh at the little dog. Little dog's your responsibility to make sure it doesn't fall off.
I'll laugh if he falls off, then I'll cry.
Poor little doggo.
sitting in a bed.
You might want to connect them both and then tap them together.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
Oh, really?
Imagine, I just came up with a really great idea.
They've already thought of Pop-Tarts.
Oh, let's talk about cheesecake. It's a cake made out of cheese.
They make, cheese comes in wheels, so I was actually thinking about putting one on the F-250.
What's in that? Oh. I mean, I have bleached
Blonde hair.
my room.
Not today.
Ring, 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 ring. That is so gonna be my ringtone.
Alright, ringtones, right up. Interfering with interstate commerce
That's
is illegal
illegal.
in most states.
Including Indiana. And Kentucky. And Tennessee. And all 50 states.
You mean in addition to Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana?
No, those are the other 3 states. So you're thinking about it.
Public education at work.
I just go to country bumpkin school, okay?
Country bumpkin school. You be
Yeah.
nice to those people. They don't hate you.
What is that supposed to mean? You're saying the talented and properly educated people hate me?
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but apparently you would. I mean, I'm required by law to love you, so.
No, you're not.
Yeah. The 2017 Amendment.
There is a 2017 amendment, Papa.
You can't prove that.
There are only 202.
You can't prove that. Can't prove it.
Okay, so I gotta know.
Ow, my arm.
What was the first? Like, the first amendment is the freedom of speech.
What?
The First Amendment is the freedom of speech. So what did they change in the Constitution? Because you told me that you have to create a new amendment to change the Constitution.
Yep.
So what did they change? Or was that before the 10, like after the 10 amendments?
You mean the Bill of Rights?
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
So what was the first thing that they changed about the Constitution?
Evil.
This has nothing to do with Kira.
Kira is the sister that we nickname Evil. She has earned that nickname repeatedly over the years.
She knows why she earned.
Yep, she does. Yep, she does. Alright, so what we do after you get all those halfway accomplished. Alright, let's see here. So that's step 20. Alright, so for step 21, we're going to put all these together by using 27s. We have 3 of these, right? And we're going to use screw D's, apparently. So we need to find those, and then we're going to add them to our... What?
Backwards.
How did you make it backwards?
Uh-oh. Okay, see.
As Wade is fixing her issue, I will gather part number 27 and screw D's. So we've run into a little issue. As I'm looking at this, this is supposed to be part 28 and this is supposed to be part 27. We're building the frame. We only have 4 boards left. We've already built the shelves, as you all can see right there, or the baskets, right? The boxes. The drawers, that's what they're called. We only have 4 boards left. So we're thinking this is, the way that we're doing this here, she's got 43 that she's working on right now, and the other one, the one on the very bottom, I don't know if y'all can see it, is 42. They're the only ones, the holes line up properly. So we're going to build the staircase with this. That bit right there is going to come over here and start working its way up the stairwell. So we're going to do that now. All right, Gator. So to attach that to the staircase, let's do a dry fit of it. Let's see. Just checking to make sure this will come in. Hey, honey?
Mm-hmm. Did I do this backwards?
Yeah, you got it backwards. That's got to line up like that. So swap these two out. All right, folks. So we were having some issues trying to figure out exactly how this thing worked. And come to find out, there are two spots for dowel rods here that go in here. And it's not really in the directions. So I'm going to go ahead and there's also no stop on the other side of this. There's no stop. So I'm going to put me some glue in here. Not too much, but enough. And then just to be safe, I'm going to add just a tinge of glue right here where the screw is going to go in. And we are going to put this in place, this, and put the screw in. All right, we discovered that it was easier to do it this way. Can I have another screw weight? We have one that goes right here as well, so that will secure that. Okay, now this is fairly secure and it'll be more secure once it's all dry. So we're going to work our way on up doing this. It's repetitive, it's just screwing it into the right places, like right here and right there. So we'll go from there and show you the final product here in a minute. So the very last thing we have to do is there's screw holes right here. We're supposed to take some of the little screws and attach them in various different places. It's going to offset the bed by about 1/2 inch. So Wade said she's all right with that. We'll adjust it. But I mean, we've got everything built. We haven't put the slot on yet, but we'll do that last. And the only thing we'll have to do after I get those screws in right here is
put in the drawers.
Put that right there in, put the mattress on it, and give it a try.
Put in the drawers.
And put in the drawers down there. Final thoughts wise, this build has some good things and some bad things. Some of the bad things, the instructions are not the greatest thing ever was. They really could have been clearer. Some of the boards we had to, take off, replace, put different places. I'm not sure the screws that are required to secure the staircase to it are sufficient. We also should have had something down here to secure the staircase to the bed frame, which we do not. There's also no holes cut for that, so I may end up doing that later. The price on it, I'm not entirely sure it's worth the money. However, I say that from a position of never having, designed one of these or anything else. The build itself took us about, what, 5 hours?
5 to 6 hours.
I don't know if it was full 6, but we did.
It was a 30-minute break.
Yeah, we took a break in the middle, so we have to consider that as well. So the time put together is not so bad. There are additional concerns, and those are the dogs that we have. This should have come with non-skid steps. Our little dogs will just tumble when they hit that because it's glossy paint, semi-gloss paint, and they'll just roll right off of it. I have to have something put there just for safety reasons. Not only that, because we have the dogs, these areas here have to be secured in some manner. We don't want the dogs to, like the little dog to just tumble off and just roll. It'll hurt him bad. The other thing we have to consider, and this instance is the fact that I had to add a spacer so that it would be even along the wall to offset the way that the staircase attaches. Another thing that concerns me is, shouldn't have any trouble going from here to here, but I would like to see the handrail go up a little ways further past the length of it. That's something I can fix. So because the dogs will be sleeping with Wade up here, I will be increasing the size of the railing. She has a standard 8-inch mattress that she's quite fond of. And as you can see, it's a little taller probably than what this bed needs. I'm not concerned about her rolling off of it, but at the same time, I am going to secure it a little higher, right? Were there any other negatives, Wade, that you can think of?
Just the fact that I don't like the screws sticking out.
You don't like the screws sticking out?
I don't like the screws sticking out. Not only that, but the directions were so confusing. I know you already said that, but I just want to emphasize that more because they were extremely confusing. And they also mislabeled some of the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I don't like that. I also don't like the height because I thought it was going to be slightly taller because I want to put stuff underneath there, but it's shorter than what I expected. And up there I have a cubby and we expected that this would be slightly taller.
About another foot?
About another foot or so. It said about like 6.5 feet.
I don't remember that, but okay.
Or something like that. And I was expecting it to be a little higher. Now I can get to that, but it's not just, I have to like get on my knees and stuff like that, and I don't like that.
All right, that's a personal thing. We're talking about the bed, not you not being able to do stuff here. So positive wise, the materials feel good. There is some press board here, but several of the pieces I think are actually harvested wood. So there is that. It's more like a mix. The screws I think are going to be fine. If you do not use a little glue in it, I think you're going to have some issues. But otherwise, I think it's solid. I have no issue with Wade being on it. I have no issue with her sister being on it as well. So I think it'll be just fine as far as that goes. The height is a little less than what we were expecting, but she can adjust to that. She can still sit in a chair. We tried it. She can sit in a folding chair underneath it and not hit her head, so that'll work. I'm glad we have it. I'm not sure. There's still some work to do to it, but this is right out of the box and the base, right? So the crack is on the very bottom part of this, so I'm not worried about it really causing a whole lot of issue. I think it's okay. It's a recommend for me, but if you are not competent, if you haven't done stuff like this before, this type of build, I'm not sure I don't think I would try this if I didn't have knowledge of how this stuff worked.
So this is like an intermediate to hard build?
Say that again, Wade, here.
So this is like an
here.
So like this is an intermediate to hard build if you don't have any knowledge on how to do stuff like this. At least it wasn't in Swedish.
That's something. So the last thing that we need to discuss here comes from Wade, because this is Wade's bed, and I want you to tell your audience whether or not you would recommend this and why.
Would I recommend this? I would. I give it a solid 8 out of 10 because it comes with like drawers and shelves. It's a nice height. I like the build of it, and just because it's also full size with stairs. We had so much trouble finding a full size with stairs, and we finally found one. So that's what I like about it. Just the fact that I have this bed is just a good thing about it. But yeah, I do recommend it.
Well, there you go, folks. If the person that you're putting it together for is happy with it, and you're secure with the solidity of it, you know, how strong and stable it is, absolutely buy it for your kid. I don't think I would want it. I don't think I'd want it for my room, but then again, I'm getting older and I don't really care to travel up steps. Anyway, this is Tom.
And Wayne.
And we will see you
in the next video.
In the next review.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.